Hi guys, Lindsay
And Tracy.
here with Storybook Family Farm. So we've kind of hit a wall. Not literally, well, almost literally. So yesterday I got up on the roof of the house, not like the 2-story part of the roof, the single-story addition that's on the back side of the house. I had got up there to take measurements for the wood burner, so that way we knew how much more piping we needed for the chimney and stuff. And while I was up there, we pretty much realized that we cannot put the wood burner there. So, yeah, we have worked a lot towards trying to get it so then that way we can have the wood burner there. And yeah, that was our primary heat source. That was our big thing. So, we thought that the hardest part was going to be to get the wood burner into the house. But we did that. We managed to do that. And now we can't even hook it up. And the reason for that is, for one, I am not physically strong enough to lift 17 feet, there's a skeeter on my forehead, to lift like 17 or 18 feet of chimney piping, which is the triple wall stainless steel pipe that we bought. I am not physically strong enough to lift that up. To lift it into place and stuff, to basically, how it would have to be is I would have to reach off the roof by like 2 feet and stuff, leaned over, and then set like 17 feet of piping in place. And it is heavy.
Yeah, each 3-foot section weighs 15 pounds.
Yeah, so like 1 or 2 wouldn't be that big of a deal, even though it's still like a lot of strain on your shoulders and that sort of a thing, and leaning over a roof that like just drops off and stuff. So that's absolutely terrifying and stuff. But when you're talking 17 feet, I mean, that's over 3 of me. Like, that's insanity for one person to try to then lift it all up and stuff. Like, there's no physical way that we could possibly do that. And then once I looked around at that 17 feet, because the general rule of thumb is anything that is within 10 feet of the stovepipe, you have to have the stovepipe 2 feet taller than it. And so I was looking around, and I happened to look up at the big, massive hemlock tree. Yeah, somebody would have to climb like 40 feet up into that tree and then start removing branches. And that's insanity. Like, bless you.
Thank you.
Like, it's absolutely insane what we would have to do and stuff to put it there. So, like, we then start thinking about, well, what else could we do? And stuff, like where that chimney on the outside of the house was at, that we took down, that our roofer guy took down. We do not do heights and stuff. Where that is at, that we had him take down, like, we could in theory put the wood burner there and stuff. However, our wood burner is way too stinking heavy to move through the house, and it's not safe to move it through the house. This house is really stinking old, and like when my dad came and looked at the house, if you guys have watched previous videos, you know that he had said basically that the way that the floor joists are on the first floor, we can't have something that weighs like 500 pounds sitting on there. Like, my
Not
mom,
in one area.
yeah, and my mom is in a power chair and stuff. She uses a power wheelchair. He had even said that there's no safe way that my mom could ride around her wheelchair and on the first level of our house because of how the floor joists are. For some reason, they're not built. They're not at the.
They're not 16 on center. They're 22 or 24 on center.
Yeah, I think they're 22. So I'm not sure why they did it that way, but that's how they did it. The house has been standing for, probably 100 years. There's no record of when our house was built, so it's at least around about 100 years and stuff. So we can't even like safely have, an army of people carry the wood stove into the living room, so then we could just theoretically jack the floor up and add bracing and make it more stable and secure. We can't even do that. So we're basically in the same situation that we were, well, it's not even the same situation that we were in like a month ago when we were struggling to figure out how we were going to get the wood stove in here. Because at least then there was that glimmer of hope of, okay, well, the hardest part is going to be getting it in, and then we can just boop, 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 build, it's almost like Legos, how the chimney pipe goes together. They just twist and lock into place and stuff. So it's, kind of idiot proof to put the chimney pipe up and stuff. But then when we like started nailing down the logistics of it, it's not possible. Like, it's flat out not possible for us to do this. And that is terrifying. Because, like, funds are pretty much run out. Like, we still got a pot to pee in, but that's about it. And stuff. We ain't got a second one to make breakfast in. Like, this is...
We have money, but we don't want to spend it unless we absolutely have to, because we have to be able to pay our bills until I can find a job.
Yeah. So, like, the excess money to, like, spend it on, like, lavish things like eat and stuff, we don't really have. So it's been immensely stressful. Yesterday was a really hard day. Today I've been pretty much in, like, a funk all day trying to rack my brain of what we could do. Like, we could, because we have enough piping. At least we have almost enough pipe. We might need to buy, like, one more piece of piping to install a wood burner into the living room. But our wood burner that we currently own can't go in there because it's way too heavy. So we then pretty much are going to have to buy another wood burner and stuff. We have a really crazy beautiful wood burner that's extremely heavy and extremely efficient. Just now it's a decoration sitting in our kitchen because we can't do anything with it and stuff, at least not this year. I mean, we could always next year, whatever, put it, have somebody, a tree trimmer, come out and trim the tree and, do all the things and stuff like that, because by then I'm assuming that Tracy's going to be able to find work and stuff, and if not, like, the farmers markets, I'll have enough money then that we can do it.
Yeah.
But, but right now, like, we're concerned about this year. Like, we're not too worried about next year. We're just really stinging concerned about this year because it's already October, and here we are, like, we don't have no heat. Next week it's going to be cold.
Yeah, like, we're getting to where this weekend our highs are in the mid-50s.
Yeah. So that puts the lows in the, the low 40s and stuff. And that's pretty chilly. Like, granted, we moved in this place in the beginning of April. So we have already lived in this house when it's been chilly out and stuff. Because there was a couple days in April that it had snowed and that sort of a thing when we first got here. So we had space heaters plugged in and stuff. But, like, that is not an ideal way to heat a house in Ohio in the wintertime.
No, it'll be okay for a period of time.
Yeah, but once we start getting to where the highs are only in the 30s, there's no way that a space heater is going to be able to keep up.
No.
And to keep it even remotely close to comfortable. Like, and I don't know if that was a squirrel or what that was. I don't know. Anyways, like, you figure last year we lived in a camper all winter. So we're not strangers to it being chilly and cold and stuff in the house. But, like,
pretty much everywhere we've lived, we've dealt with it being on the cooler side because we couldn't afford to make it so that everybody in the brother that came in would be like, oh, it's nice in here. We're like, wear hoodies.
Yeah, like, when we, about 8 years ago or so, we were living in it was a brand new single wide trailer that we had put on my parents' property and stuff. Our electric bill, because it was electric heat there, it was usually over $300 a month in the wintertime. And this is way before all the inflation craziness happened.
And that was us keeping the house at about 58 or 60 unless the kids were there.
Yeah.
Then we turned it up to about 68. So when they were there,
no, we didn't. It was 66 was the highest we did. But
so
we froze.
Yeah.
Like, we literally froze. Like, the one time there was a bad storm that came through and our showers pipes, the drain pipes, froze because there wasn't enough heat inside of the house to keep underneath of the trailer warm.
Yeah, and that bathroom was the farthest thing from the furnace. So
yeah. So I mean, and then when we lived in town still, like, we couldn't afford to keep it very warm. Like, we were able to keep it, like 66, 68, which was like living the high life. Like, we were like, oh my God, like, we're not freezing to death and stuff. But, like, it's been really hard, like, emotionally, because we had been really jazzed and really excited about how we're not going to be cold at all this winter because, like, we have wood heat. Like, we can make it as warm as we want to in here, and it's going to be so fabulous because it's going to be the first year that we've been together that we've been able to live comfortably and be able to be comfortably warm and stuff. And, like, that's why I've been toiling away so heavily at procuring so much firewood, because I just want to make sure that we can be comfortable and that we can be warm and stuff. And now it's like all gone and stuff. So, one of the options is Tractor Supply does have a small wood burner. I think it's only rated for like 900 square feet, and our house is like 1,250 something square feet. But so they have one that's like rated for like 900 square feet. I think it's around like $400. So that's an option. It's not very pretty. It doesn't have like the fancy pants glass door, so that way we can watch the fire and, all the cool stuff that we were really excited for. But there is that option. But even with getting another wood burner, then like,
We still have to get somebody to come put the stove pipe up, the chimney pipe up.
yeah, like even the roofer was nervous being up on our roof because of how high it is and stuff, and like it doesn't look like it from the ground and stuff that it's really that high. But he had even said, he's like, once you get up there, he's like, you realize that it is way higher than you had
And
thought,
they said
and it's way steeper.
They said it was steeper than what they thought.
Yeah. So like, there's no way that I'm getting up there. And like the fact too, like when I got up on the roof above the addition too, like I told Tracy, because she was on the ground and stuff, and she was like, well, we can do this, like you can put this up. And I'm like, no, I can't. Like I cannot with my ankle braces. I'm like, I cannot safely and comfortably walk around up here. And it's really not that steep, but my braces make it so that way my ankles can't like shimmy like this and stuff. Like, I'll show you guys this way. They can't shimmy this way. I can only go like this with my ankle braces. So with being on a roof that wants you to have your ankles like this, and I'm in braces that force it to stay like this, it is not safe for me to be up on a roof. And like I have so many issues with my feet and my ankles and my knees and stuff that I'm not even supposed to be on ladders. Like, but I still do. But like it's just, and I also don't like heights. Like these are all reasons. Like I don't want to die like that. Like I figured God gave me legs instead of wings for a reason, and I'm just going to keep on touching the ground. Like that's my whole philosophy on heights. But yeah, so we pretty much have entered to a point of where we're almost panicking. We're kind of depressed and kind of freaking out because we can't do it. We simply just, we can't. So,
Like if we could get somebody to help us put the pipe in and cut the tree for us.
yeah, but
I'm not going 40 feet in a tree and cutting a limb.
not in the hemlock, because that's basically like a pine tree. So then, like, you have a really high risk of when you step out on a branch that it could actually just snap with your weight on it and stuff. So I mean, that's why, because like when I was a kid, I used to climb pine trees and other trees all the time, and I would go up pretty high and stuff. But this tree, you'd have to use an extension ladder, which we don't own, to get up to the bottom level of the branches of the tree. Then from there, you'd have to scurry up like a chipmunk or a squirrel and stuff, climbing all the way up and just start dropping branches like crazy. And then, I don't know, rappel down, float down, I don't know, and stuff. Like, I don't know.
I didn't become a tree trimmer for a reason.
Yeah. So, basically, we're kind of screwed. So we have talked about potentially selling our beehives and stuff, because that will give us the money that is needed to be able to pay somebody to put the stovepipe in. But, we obviously would then have to find buyers for the beehives and stuff. Like, those are the only things we really have that we can even attempt to sell is our bees. So, yeah, I don't really know what's next for us. I mean, it's not like we can turn around and go back to anywhere and stuff. We have no contingency, no backup plan and stuff. Because, I mean, why would you? Why would you have two houses? That'd be crazy.
We like to wing it.
Yeah, this is us winging it. Doing great. But so, on a positive note, I did get the basement window finished today, which I will show you guys that probably another video tomorrow or something. And I did get some of the painting done on the basement, and Tracy did get the quail cages finished. You got them put in straight?
No, I got the doors assembled and painted.
Oh, well, yeah, it's pretty much finished. You gotta wait for the paint to dry. I mean, yeah, it's basically finished. Your part is pretty much done. Yeah, the colors for the quail cage are purple.
And about the color of my shirt is the other one.
Yeah, blue. But yeah, so if you guys have any insights, thoughts, words of wisdom, anything of the sort like that, please leave it in the comment section below, because we're kind of at a loss right now. But so if you're enjoying our content, please give our videos a thumbs up. It would mean a great deal to us. So that way it boosts the algorithm on YouTube and, help show other people our content. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to help us grow. We'd greatly appreciate it. All right, thanks for watching. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.